Nuralya binti Kamarudin. My metric number is 1220784.
My name is Adlina binti Kamarudin. My number metric is 1220701.
My name is Ain Najihah binti Nuralya. My number metric is 1220781.
My name is Nur Fatehah Mohd Suhaimi. My matrix number 1220780.
My name is Farhana Faryati Mat Som and my metric number is 1220773 and we are from Group 4. Our topic assignment is Monopoly Market. Monopoly occurs when there is no competition and therefore the supply has a very high degree of pricing power. In addition, monopoly also is a situation in which a single organization or groups owns all or nearly all of the market for a given types of product and services. Besides, it also contains several characteristics, example, and diagram in a monopoly market. Definitions of monopoly. A monopoly is when there are many buyers but there is only one seller that controls the supply of a product and its price. This allows the supplier to charge higher price than if there was no competition. Bucket Johnny states that if a product has no close substitutes and a single seller, economists say that the market is a monopoly and the seller is a monopolist. Monopoly is like a market structure in which one company sells a special goods into which entry is blocked, in which the single company has considerable control over the product price. So consumers have no choice to buy their product and services. There is few government agency keeps the formations of monopoly under control, especially in markets such as cable company like Tenaga Nasional Berhad.
Essential to say that Islam prohibits monopoly, it is important to think about the pros and cons of each monopoly and how it works. Since each monopoly has its own market, each one should be looked at on its own to see if it's legal from an Islamic point of view. One thing that is clear is that Islam does not allow the use of monopoly power in ways that hurt other people's interests for the monopolies on gain. In Islamic economy, stopping the Islam to roll out supplies and not to make more money is allowed. In this way, there are differences between Ibtikar and hoarding. According to Al-Arif and Amalia 2010, hoarding good is not wrong in Islam as it is done for the inventory purpose and not to mess with how the market works. There are times in an economy when having a monopoly could be good and important from a strategic point of view. Here's some strategic reasons why an economy might let a monopoly exist. First, economies of scale and natural monopolies. Second, domestic dominance and international competition. And lastly, technological progressiveness. Even though monopoly might have some of the pros listed just now, there are also some points to think about. Monopolies can be criticized because they can be bad for the consumer interest, like first, charging a much higher price than in a more competitive market. Second, restricting output into the market and reducing consumer supplies and economic welfare. One, restricting choice for consumers, and lastly, reducing consumer sovereignty.
Next, issues about monopoly. The primary issues of this is that monopoly disrupt the effective distribution of resources. By cutting production and increasing prices, they are contributing to both inflation and unemployment stagflation, leading to several macroeconomic and microeconomic issues. Monopoly charging increased fees can be a burden for those with low incomes, especially when it comes to essential items like sugar, rice, oil, and utility bills. The expensive rates set by monopolies make certain shoppers to take out loan in order to be able to purchase the priced items, consequently intensifying consumer debt. Reduced production lead to joblessness, preventing people from getting jobs that they would have been qualified for in more competitive labor markets. By blocking chance for other business, getting rid of competition, and hindering innovation, monopolies are taking the basis of honorable trading and business operation. Next, the monopoly is safeguarded from possible rival. It is safeguarded by a corporate backstop in the form of the exclusive authorization. With no other rival in the market, the monopoly can increase prices beyond what it would have to set if there was competition. Drive up price. The bonus gives the monopoly the ability to generate what economists refer to as economic, exceptional, or abnormal revenue. Charging significantly more than the usual market rate is referred to as price gouging. Other expenses exist. The development of monopolies lead to a group of people who are not working, those who own the monopolies. Monopolies make money without having to take a chance on any business ventures because they do not compete with one another, only when trying to gain government permission or right. Monopolies are granted exclusive right to sell certain goods and services, and therefore their profit comes without any real effort of risk-taking. Consequently, this type of earning cannot be considered reward for entrepreneurial endeavors. Islam demands that all adults who are able to do so should have a job and not rely on the aid of others. Licensing for monopoly is essentially a form of protection. Because it's causing justice, riba is again the law in Islam. Although riba is typically referred to as interest on loan, there is also a type of riba that can be found in transactions that result in profit or sale. The term riba al-fadl refers to this kind of riba. The fact that trade is permitted in principle does not mean that all trade is permitted. Riba al-fadl refers to all such injustice or exploitation because the injustice caused by riba may also be perpetuated through business transaction.
Monopoly is a large market in this economic field. Through an Islamic perspective, Islam prevents monopolies because they can cause negative pain and injustice to consumers. There are some monopoly impacts on consumer and company. Firstly, consumers are burdened with high price increases. The monopoly owned by company owners in the market give them the opportunity to raise the price of the product or goods. This will benefit monopoly companies and become the dream of every company. But it will be a burden to consumers, especially customers who are in difficult situation and unable to afford it. This becomes a negative effect when the company increases the price of product or necessities for consumer in need. According to Abdullah 2018, state that the poor experience difficulty as a result of monopoly's higher costs, particularly when it comes to basic commodities like sugar, rice, cooking oil, and utility service fees. The high price charged by monopoly may force some customer to take out loans in order to pay them, thereby increase customer debt. Secondly, monopoly gives huge profit to the company that runs the monopoly. They love to generate excessive profit in the market. In the Islamic market, it may be high usually if the company takes excessive profit even though it is very profitable for them from various angles of the economy. This is also stated by Muhammad Saleh 2021 that access to profit monopolizing businesses are free to set price however they choose in the absence of rivalry. There will be huge profit if this is the case. Thirdly, monopoly reducing economic welfare. A dead weight loss in consumer welfare results from high monopoly price because they cause output to be lower and price to be higher than in a competitive equilibrium. Due to high pricing, some customers are priced out of the market as effective demand declines. According to S10 2019, stated that because the output value is below the ideal production value, there will be a loss or decline in customer welfare. Because of this, the customer is less effective than in the market with competition. Lastly, restricting choice for consumers. The consumers has no negotiating leverage in the case of a monopoly. Consumers have no choice but to buy the goods or service from the monopoly if they want it, or else they will have to do without it. According to Abdullah 2018, there is only one firm in the monopoly economy. According to Abdullah 2018, there is only one firm, therefore the output options are constrained to what the firm has to provide.
For problem solving, price discrimination. Price discrimination is selling the same goods at different price in order to increase profit. But monopoly is a market structure that uses a single price in their product. When there is price fixing, it will push the price to be more expensive. By fixing price can cause distorting price to the point of disrupting economic activity. So in actuality, monopolies regularly engage in price discrimination. It is charging various prices to different customers in an effort to increase each customer's ability to pay. Second, government policy and monopoly require a strategy that will increase production. Taxes and price fixing will be ineffective in this situation since they will reduce production. It will be challenging to implement a subsidy. The interesting result will be that the monopolies, who already charge consumers more than the competitive average total cost, will earn more money even though it will increase market access. Third, government intervention. When the price setting is too expensive, the government has the right to intervene to stabilize the price so as not to inconvenience the people. For example, now sugar is a control item and the government taking action should eliminate the problem of the sugar import monopoly in this country so that the government can help the people in controlling the rising cost of living. Producer can buy sugar from abroad at a cheap price.
Now, we go to the conclusions of monopoly. In conclusions, monopoly is only one seller but many buyers in market. A monopolist is selling unique product and the design and idea created by his own. The seller is a price maker. He decided to set the product price and maximize the profit. Therefore, monopoly is an absence of competitions, which often results in higher price. Besides, a monopolistic also need to control some company, no entry in monopoly market because some firms are strong to take advantages in your company.